I mean, I'm a private person, and for something like that to happen is so mean, you know? It's just a horrible thing.
Is it too loud?
Scandalous pictures. Vanessa Hudgens, the star of that kids' movie High School Musical. We're always hearing about the big name bad girls. Vanessa Hudgens has just learned the downside of fame. A few secrets are.
Where's Vanessa Hudgens? Girl, you got to keep your clothes on!
Damn. This feels really quiet.
How could I ever repay you?
I think you can guess.
What the heck? She kissed Drake Bell? Too quiet now? Yeah, the sound mixing is kind of rough on this. Too quiet now. Okay.
You know, there was some controversy about you and the photos that have cropped up.
I do love people blaming the people whose photos were leaked. It feels like that's always happening. People are like, so these controversial photos of you came out, and it's like, bro, that's not her fault. They're like, you should have never taken the photos. It's like, go fuck yourself. That's crazy.
Hi, I'm Jake.
And I'm Shelby.
Welcome to Deep Dive, where we dive into told and untold stories
in extreme detail. If it happened,
it's probably in a deep dive. Now today, we are going to be talking about the star of the biggest Disney Channel original movie
of all time, Vanessa Hudgens, and just how her fame,
privacy,
and innocence
was dangled in front of her
by a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
We are also going to be diving deep into the rise of High School Musical,
the Disney Channel's pattern of behavior,
and just how her Disney Channel co-stars were exposed
in front of the entire world
and made to apologize
for their own traumatic experiences.
Now, this is the second installment of the Disney Channel.
Soren, thank you for the 36 months.
Thank you all so much for the support you've given that video.
I can't believe we're so close to 200,000 subscribers. Every time we do a new video, y'all seriously shock us with how enthusiastic and ready you are.
And so many of you are just so sweet, like it really does mean everything. Sitting down to research these videos is one of the most rewarding parts of the deep dive process. But when tackling a super complex story, it's best to schedule your time out right. And for me, no one has helped me better than today's sponsor.
Dude, who is their agent? They have a sponsor in every video. It's so sick.
Skillshare. Skillshare has long been a resource for me to refine my editing, enhance new abilities in Photoshop, and help me improve in pretty much every area of my day-to-day life. And my good friend Carrie always says, people may be able to copy you, but they can never take your mind. So having a know where I would.
I'm pretty sure other people have said that besides your friend Carrie, but that's fine.
Television. Disney had marketed their Disney as a second. The era of the Disney Channel original movie. Television was still being viewed as a secondary medium to that of a traditional film experience, and Disney had marketed their Disney Channel premiere films for 20 years up to this point, starting with the first premiere film by Alan Shapiro in the 80s. These movies would introduce the world to the pool of stars we know today, and Disney would execute a new strategy to draw young children into their scheduled programming. This would grow into the largest children's network in the industry, form one of the biggest musical franchises in existence, and create multiple generations of huge celebrities. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Vanessa Hudgens was born to Gina and Greg Hudgens in December of 1988 in Salinas, California. Her mother immigrated from the Philippines and met Greg, a firefighter from Missouri. Together, they raised their family and moved all over California. But as Vanessa turned 8 years old, she found her love for the arts in San Diego and began appearing in multiple musical theater productions.
First professional job I ever had was the community theater by me. It was like a gorgeous outdoor amphitheater, and it was the Wizard of Oz, and I remember I got paid $50.
Huge.
I played a munchkin. You gotta start somewhere. My advice to kids who want to be a part of showbiz is really just go for it. go for it 110% and don't let anyone stop you. I think I was a natural born dancer. Growing up, I loved dancing. When I was about 2 years old, I just would be dancing around the house all day long, to the point where my parents are just like staring at me like, what is this child doing? I started off doing tons of dance classes, singing classes, acting classes, piano classes, because it was something that I loved. I wasn't going for it to become famous. I just did it because I was truly passionate about it.
She began auditioning at a very young age and was able to land her first role at the age of only 14 on the TV show Still Standing. This morphed into a full-blown acting career, as the next year she would star alongside Evan Rachel Wood in the movie 13, along with several other movies. This prompted Vanessa's family to pull her out of school and move to Los Angeles. This would turn out to be a life-changing event, as just 2 years into her new career, she would begin the process of transforming into a bona fide Disney Channel star.
Superstar, not just a star.
Forgotten part of Disney Channel's history.
Wait, what? Kiki and Jamal? What's that?
Cast on Keke Palmer's new Disney Channel show, Kiki and Jamal.
I've never heard of that show ever.
Disney Channel machine, as it centered around a young Keke Palmer who had dreams of being an entertainer. And even though her father is tight-knit, he still
I had never heard of the show.
Los Angeles to follow her dreams. This
what the heck?
That runs through most of Disney Channel's shows and serves as an advertisement to the children they need to cast, showing an aspirational lifestyle. Then a child, the age of the demographic they're marketing to, saying how the Disney Channel made all their dreams come true.
Thinking back on it, I was so nervous waiting for the call from my agent. Hello?
Hey Debbie, it's Jennifer.
Hi.
So guess what? You have booked the role of Bailey on Sweet Life on
Who is that?
Oh my word, are you for real? Yeah. Hi Grandma, it's Debbie. I want to be on Disney Channel. My life just changed today.
Debbie Ryan, what does she do now?
The system has emerged. It's expertly constructed and it's bolted in place by censoring the harm happening behind the scenes.
I wasn't sleeping, and like I was so miserable and like angry too, because I felt like I was being overworked, which I was, and like
yeah. You sound so busy. Do you ever have time to just relax and be a kid and have fun with girlfriends?
I am a kid right now and I am totally relaxed, so I guess so. Manicuring aspirational lifestyles and outcomes.
Teen sensation Demi Lovato is having a great year. She performed at the kids' inaugural ball and met the Obama girls.
And then watching young lives tragically implode.
Kiki and Jamal unfortunately suffered the same fate as Sweet Life in Miami and Arwen, as the show was never picked up after the initial pilot episode was filmed. However,
oh, so they only wait. Oh, so it never even went to air. It just had a pilot filmed. Is that right?
Disney Channel had big plans for Vanessa that would utilize her beautiful voice and make her an instantaneous Disney Channel icon.
High to a musical.
The Disney Channel released an experimental episode of Even Stevens, in which the cast
Dude,
performed in a musical.
This was such a good ep. It's so good.
The episode reportedly did so well, Disney ordered 2 more projects. The first being a musical episode of That's So Raven. The second being an entire Disney Channel original movie that was a musical. The executive producer of Even Stevens revealed that when he brought the idea of a musical episode to Disney Channel...
I hate her song always gets stuck in my head. We went to the moon in 1969, not 1970, but the year sooner. We went to the moon in 1969. No, 1968, but the year after. Don't know it. So good. But I hated the intro to Even Stevens because it wasn't claymation. I hate claymation.
They weren't interested in doing a musical at all, and it wasn't something they even envisioned being successful. AJ Troth from Even Stevens was quoted saying, "There hadn't been any musical episodes yet. Obviously Hannah Montana hadn't come out yet. Glee didn't exist. High School Musical obviously didn't exist. Hilary Duff was barely on the channel, so they hadn't started doing the crossover thing with music and their acting talents. It was a novel concept for the time, but this episode was a ginormous success, and Disney knew it." Christy Carlson Romano even said, quote, "Disney internally called me and told me that the episode, the musical, was officially named one of the pinnacles within the channel's history. That was looked at as one of the biggest shifts in the channel's history. And it must be because they then realized it was something they wanted to do across the board." The CEO of Disney...
What did I fucking... Wait, chat. I had to mute it because I fucked up somewhere.
Disney Channel geared Vanessa Hudgens into the homes of millions of families. Unlike the world had seen before, the High School Musical cast would become household names virtually overnight.
Well, I really think High School Musical has done an awful lot for me. I mean, Disney is such a big machine, and it has done so much for everybody. And like Lindsay Lohan, it helped. Hilary Duff, it helped. And it's a really great jump board to get everybody out there. And I got my record deal from it, and I'm here now basically from High School Musical. And none of us really thought that it would take off like it did, and then we started doing tons of shows. We did Good Morning America, and we performed in the middle of Times Square. And I'm looking around like, I never thought I would be in New York, nonetheless performing in the middle of Times Square.
It must be amazing to watch what High School Musical has done.
Yeah, it really is, because we honestly had no idea it was going to blow up like it did.
Well, I heard a little rumor that you're hopelessly romantic with this guy.
Dun, 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 dun. Thank you for gifting a sub.
Album and all that craziness, and it's kind of harder to go out now without being trampled by fans. But you know, I love it. It's just been kind of hectic since I've done High School Musical.
Tonight we will see one of the most highly anticipated entertainment events of the summer. High School Musical 2 premieres on the Disney Channel.
What you gonna do when I'm only in La Perla pumps, boy? Stop staring with your shaking your trunks. Fantasize about me right after the club, boy. Got you feeling hot and you can't get enough. You want it, ain't a rubber band to get the buck on my
Dude, I told Ludwig that High School Musical 2 was bigger than High School Musical 1, and he was like, no, it's not. And I was like, yeah, it is. He didn't agree with me, but all this stuff says it. I personally thought High School Musical 1 was the bigger one. I thought it was the bigger one, but then I got corrected by you guys saying that number 2 was the bigger one. All right, done with that.
As a major scandal was brewing behind the scenes that would shake up the release of High School Musical 2 more than anyone could have expected, Vanessa and Zach were at the height of their teen fame. Hairspray had just been released, and teen idol Zac Efron was posing shirtless for Rolling Stone with no scrutiny from Disney or the media.
Crazy.
High School Musical 2
Crazy
also
because
having just been
crazy because Miley Cyrus shows her back and gets fucking torn apart.
Released was proving to be the largest Disney Channel original movie success of all time, catapulting Vanessa Hudgens right into the limelight just as her biggest scandal would break. In the days leading to the infamous photo leak, Vanessa landed the cover of Teen Magazine with an exclusive interview where she would be quoted saying, "I love being a role model because in Hollywood, there aren't a lot of role models to look up to. The fact that there's a whole bunch of good kids coming out who are now stepping into the limelight, I'm very proud of that."
Do you feel the pressure though to be perfect, because your show and your movies and your music and everything is watched and loved by very young impressionable kids?
No, not at all. Just because, I mean, I grew up with good morals. I'm a good kid. I'm not going to go to the clubs and dance on tables and stumble outside for the paparazzi to see. And I mean, I'm not into that. Like, I don't want to do it. So, like, setting a good example is something that I love because there's not very many people who girls should be looking up to. So, being able to do that, like, it's an honor, really.
See, isn't it fantastic that you have a young lady like this that can be a role model? When you certainly flip through the magazines and you see some chaos. It's great to have someone like Vanessa in the world. No pressure.
The media pitting women against each other. Wow.
As we know, Disney loves to put unrealistic expectations and pressures onto their young stars, turning them into perfect role models for their child audience. But when you curate a perfect image for a teenager by putting them high up on a pedestal, it makes the inevitable fall that much more damaging. And in September 2007, a then 18-year-old Vanessa Hudgens would experience how just in a blink of an eye, her good girl Disney reputation would change to no fault of her own, and just how quickly Disney executives would throw her under the bus. The National Enquirer released a story hitting newsstands stating nude photos of the High School Musical teen star would begin circulating the internet. They reported at the time that the private photos were meant for Vanessa's then boyfriend and co-star Zac Efron. Now keep in mind, this is summer 2007, where there was a major shift in technology happening. The fall of the BlackBerry was upon us and the rise of the iPhone had just begun. The internet was now in the pockets of more people than ever before. Because of this shift, when the photo of Vanessa hit the internet, it spread like wildfire. Vanessa's private photo was all any major media outlet could talk about for days.
Photos of Vanessa Hudgens have supposedly been leaked, and according to the National Enquirer, they're not yearbook portraits.
Oh,
a source who
really?
claims to have seen the suggestive snapshots tells the Enquirer that Vanessa took the pics shooting into a mirror with her camera phone, except for a gold chain around her waist.
She's hype. Go Vanessa.
Hudgens do indeed surface, it could spell trouble for the Disney company. One insider told the Enquirer that the pics of one of the high school stars would be catastrophic, adding it could bring the whole High School Musical franchise to its knees.
So then, Lindsay in rehab, Paris in jail. Hollywood seems to love a good scandal. We're always hearing about the big-name bad girls. Now, scandalous pictures of Vanessa Hudgens, the star of that kids' movie High School Musical, which was overwhelmingly popular in the Disney Channel, just came out. We're told that will probably mean millions for her career.
Okay, now earlier you saw Miley Cyrus talking about being up for an Emmy.
Yes, well, now we've got the Hannah Montana star and her dad, Billy, opening up about High School Musical star Vanessa Hudgens' picture scandal.
Wait.
I didn't see.
Why did Miley and Billy comment on it? I'm confused.
Anything about it, did you, Mal? Hello?
It's everywhere, but the thing is that stop trying to lie. It's like, but the thing is mistakes happen, and I'm really just happy that I can be there for her as a friend, because that's what she needs more than anything.
Good answer, Miley.
You know, people are going to make mistakes, and when you make one, you just got to readjust and regroup and go back with life.
He's taught me just that, you know, mistakes happen whether you're in the spotlight or not.
There's been sort of a bit of controversy about it at the moment. I know you found out about it on the red carpet last night about some supposed photos of your apparent girlfriend, Vanessa.
Really?
Do you know about this? Is this true?
Really?
Or is this just something that's been made up?
You know, regardless if it's true or if it's not, you know, personal question, and I don't talk about any of my friends.
There you go.
And since this was 2007, the same year the media tried to destroy Britney Spears, you can imagine there was no empathy that Vanessa's privacy was violated or that the whole world had access to intimate photos that weren't meant to be seen. The media would relentlessly shame Vanessa, even though she was the victim of what is now a crime called revenge or non-consensual pornography. The timing of all of this happening could not be any worse, as Vanessa was in the middle of negotiations with Disney for High School Musical 3, which due to the success of High School Musical 2, Disney was expanding the budget to have High School Musical 3 released in theaters. Parents
Did they do that?
Way
I don't
too
remember.
Heavily on celebrities to be role models for their children were outraged, and every blog post was speculating that Disney would replace Vanessa to maintain
They should have replaced her with
squeaky clean
me.
image. But Disney knew better. They knew getting rid of Vanessa would completely ruin their cash cow.
Oh, yeah, that would have been so bad.
$4 billion High School Musical franchise. So instead, according to Joe Jonas's New York Times confessional,
Thank you for the Prime.
a group of Disney executives went into damage control mode, locking Vanessa in.
Wait, Joe Jonas has a confessional in New York Times?
Their offices the entire day to keep her on lockdown while figuring out how to public relations their way out
That's
of it.
crazy.
Joe Jonas even said
Thank you for the
Disney
4 months.
executives would talk openly about the photo scandal amongst other Disney stars, and would even thank the Jonas brothers for not making, quote, mistakes like Vanessa.
Yeah, the Jonas Brothers had purity rings. They were such good examples.
Which in turn made them feel like they could never make mistakes of their own. Joe Jonas continued saying that you can't.
Fuck, chat, before I said that, I was going to do something. What was I going to do? I was looking and I was going to send somebody a message, but then I had to talk. Oh God, I was just doing something. What was I looking at? I was looking at the guest list. Oh, okay, I got it.
Be a perfect little puppet forever. Both Vanessa's and Disney statements on the situation were released the very next day at the same exact time. Vanessa, being forced to apologize for someone invading her privacy, said, "I want to apologize to my fans, whose support and trust means the world to me. I'm embarrassed over the situation
1 second, I'm snipping.
and regret having ever taken these photos. I am thankful for the support of my family and friends." Disney's statement, clearly blaming Vanessa, said Vanessa has apologized for what was obviously a lapse in judgment. A Disney representative also said the photo would not affect its decision to cast Hudgens in the third film of the High School Musical franchise, and that negotiations for the cast and creative team were continuing.
High School Musical star Vanessa Hudgens has just learned the downside of fame, that few secrets are ever kept in the dark.
It's not that I want to be famous. I mean, I love doing my movies and everything, and I guess it comes with the territory.
The hard lesson came yesterday when a nude photo of the 18-year-old actress surfaced on the internet. In the full frontal pic, Vanessa is standing in what appears to be a bedroom. And while questions arose over whether or not it really was the starlet, her rep confirmed it all to E! News, saying, quote, "This was a photo which was taken privately. It is a personal matter, and it is unfortunate."
Thank you for the 7 months.
Thank
you. Thank you. Also, thank you for the 23 cap size.
Tells us her client's not being replaced in the High School Musical series. She's currently in negotiations to star in the third installment.
Vanessa from High School Musical apparently had some, what are they, nude photos online that she, I don't know if she sent them to her boyfriend or what, but they, supposedly she sent them to her boyfriend, and now they're all over the internet. It's just, we're kind of in this world where there's no secret. You got to really start thinking young. Okay, everything that I'm doing now is going to affect me for the rest of my life. It's intimidating.
You know, number one, she apologized. Number two, Disney said because the show is so successful that it's not going to make any difference in her career.
And I know you talked about hanky-panky boy shorts and getting in the car. And we made fun of your coworker, but you know what? She's brought enough on herself. The girlfriend, she needs to hire somebody to maintain the lawn at her house. You know, I mean, and the world knows that now, and so I remember all of these things from our previous conversation. Go ahead and laugh, because you know you want to.
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, what the heck?
Now, what the public may not remember about this scandal is how much worse it got after the statements were released. The media couldn't just drop it, and it seemed like anyone who knew Vanessa prior to fame were coming out of the woodwork for their own 15 minutes. In the days after Vanessa's statement apologizing, not only was she hit with a lawsuit from her lawyer prior to landing her Disney role, but more, quote, scandalous photos would be released. But this round of photos were not photos, and many were silly-faced pictures any typical teenager would take.
Vanessa Hudgens spotted for the first time since her picture scandal, and where we caught Zach with another woman. So get this, Vanessa Hudgens was scheduled to be on Jay Leno's show tonight, but the young star has canceled. Maybe she doesn't want to talk
I wonder why.
Pictures. Well, Samantha can tell us where Vanessa is. It's been just over a week since the scandal. You know,
sorry, the audio mixing is so weird.
Vanessa Hudgens hit the internet. The High School Musical star has been laying low, but we did manage to spot her at Hollywood Video in Los Angeles with her little sister, and later Photog snapped her leaving the gym. But where's the BF? Zac Efron. He's been spotted with another woman. Zac and Nikki Blonsky? Yep, the actors were in Madrid, Spain yesterday promoting their movie Hairspray.
So weird. Why did they make that weird?
And Vanessa was a hot topic in our E-Talk box this week, so what will the fallout from her photo scandal be? Listen. Scandal. You're a kid star. Not good with anything.
Guys, I guarantee this sounds crazy. Your kids are taking nude photos. You can't be like, you're a kid star. She's 18. Your kids at 16-year-old are Snapchatting boys' naked photos. That's just how you are as a 16-year-old. You're fucking stupid. You're really fucking stupid. Not my kids. They're going to church. All right, well.
It'll help her career. Look at Paris Hilton.
That's a different example. Why are you guys weighing in? Shut up. Oh, I hate everybody.
Definitely help her. She's too squeaky clean.
Dane Cook goes up there and kind of just completely calls out Vanessa Hudgens in front of the whole place and pretty much just tells her to keep her clothes on.
Stupid.
Can I before I do the choice hotties, can I just say what everybody in this room is thinking but nobody has said?
Yeah, what is that?
Where's Vanessa Hudgens? Girl, you got to keep your clothes on!
I hate this guy. It's sad because she was so excited until he said that. Like, she was like waving and excited.
Phones are for phone calls, girl!
She looked pissed. Oh, that is just amazing. I thought that was
That's amazing. Dude, Young Turks, I swear to God. Who is this girl? Who is this girl in Young Turks? Because this is the second day she's had a bad take. That's Hassan? Hassan looks different.
amazing. Finally, someone is telling this girl what phones are for.
Liked it. You liked it?
I'm okay with it. I mean, the only person that should be devastated is her.
But that's her own fault too, right?
And the story would...
Bro, is that Hassan's aunt? She has the worst takes. Oh, yeah.
Just keep going for what seems like weeks. To make Vanessa seem even worse, people dropped a story stating a source informed them that a couple years before Vanessa was famous, she sent nude photos to Drake Bell via email, as Vanessa had once guest starred on Drake and Josh.
Now Vanessa Hudgens and the
sending nudes via email is crazy.
Photos that were published. There is an allegation that we know now the source of the rat who sent these photos.
The rat.
He was.
It was, well, they're alleging that it was Drake Bell that put those photos out.
And Drake Bell, right? He had that Nickelodeon show with the other fellow. What was it called again?
Josh and Drake.
Josh and Drake.
Right.
And the Drake of Josh and Drake, that was a big show in 2006. I remember my kids watched it. You say that he did what? He publicized these photos?
No, hold on. I'm not saying that.
Dropping natural thing for the 9 months.
There are reports out there that are saying that he received the photos, but they're also saying that the photos that Vanessa sent Drake, this is kind of interesting, are not the same photos as the ones that were just
Which one is Drake? Drake is the...
Now the photos are public, so who did it?
And are there more photos coming?
You're gonna have to wait and see.
Oh my God, okay.
We don't know for certain.
Okay.
Drake Bell's representative would respond to this story and state that Drake never received such photos, but that wouldn't stop everyone running with the story that Vanessa sent photos to Drake Bell. The National Enquirer, who were so proud of themselves for breaking the photo scandal story, would then speak with Vanessa's ex-boyfriend in a now deleted article. Now, this story was clearly aimed to shame Vanessa further and to make it appear as if she is passing out photos like candy. But what it really did was legally complicate the story. Vanessa had been 18 for a little over half a
Uh-oh, and the whole world looked at nude photos of her, and they were probably the nude photos that she sent to Drake, which means she was underage, which means the whole world looked at
the year when the initial photo was released. The media was speculating that it was a photo meant for Zac Efron, but in reality, they didn't know where the photo came from, how old it was, nor who it was meant for. Vanessa's ex-boyfriend Adam, from when she was 15, told the National Enquirer that the photo circulating the internet was a photo she sent him in January of 2004, making Vanessa Hudgens underage in that photo. Now, the National Enquirer is not a trusted source, and they did swiftly delete this article, never speaking of the photo ever again. The question is, did they delete the article because it was a lie? Or did they delete the article because it would prove that the nude photo everyone was shaming Vanessa for was actually an underage illegal photo?
Awkward.
You know, there was some controversy about you and the photos that have cropped up months ago. How did you handle that? Did you have good support from your fans about that?
Yeah, you know, my fans are amazing because they have stood by my side, you know, and I mean, they really are my core group. My family's always there for me, and I don't know, I just had to surround myself with good people and just try to think of good things, you know.
How did you feel when that controversy came about?
I mean, I think people thought I took it lighter than I really did, you know. For me, it was really tough because, I mean, I'm a private person, and for something like that to happen is so mean, you know. It's just a horrible thing, and I mean, it sucked, but thankfully it's over now.
It's over.
Thing of the past, yeah.
Even after being exposed in front of her family, friends, and the entire world, Vanessa would keep pushing forward and go on to star in High School Musical 3, which released in the summer of 2008, grossing $258 million. High School Musical quickly became the highest-grossing Disney Channel original movie series of all time. In 2009, Vanessa would star in a movie called Band Slam alongside Ali Michalka. And days before the release, Vanessa would yet again be a victim.
Thank you for the
of
6 months.
As more
Jesus.
photos would leak onto the internet. According to reports,
Why?
These photos were...
Why are people doing this? Leave her alone. Jesus Christ, it's never ending.
Old and more than likely of an underage Vanessa Hudgens.
High School Musical's Vanessa Hudgens has had photos of herself leaked on the internet. Again.
High School Musical 1, 2, and 3 star Vanessa Hudgens has done it again. Today, the actress, singer, and inventor of Sneaker Night leaked more naughty photos of herself. I love this one where she's blowing a kiss. She's like, ooh, look, I just ate Zac Efron. You want a taste?
Now.
So much to unpack there. There's so much to unpack there. There's so much to unpack there. I'm not qualified.
That topless photos of Vanessa Hudgens have hit the web. The High School Musical star is the subject of another photo scandal. While we can't show you the risque photos of Vanessa Hudgens wearing nothing but tiny gold undies, we can tell you she's said to have been 17 years old when she took the topless shots of herself.
The 22-year-old just can't seem
then
to
why are you
escape some
talking
racy
about
photos
them?
she took years ago that somehow keep ending up online. Now, more images from that same set have reportedly ended up back on the internet. And according to Hudgens' lawyer, police are now involved in searching for the person responsible.
Now that Vanessa was no longer under the thumb of Disney, she was not forced to apologize or make a statement. And this time she filed a federal lawsuit against the site mojackson.com for posting her photos illegally. The 2009 leak would not be the last time Vanessa would be a victim of this kind of online violation. Just when Vanessa thought she was finally safe, in 2014, there was a massive iCloud hack of celebrities where many A-list celebrity were leaked online in an event deemed the Fappening.
The celebrity leaker
crazy.
Strikes again, and this time Kim K and Vanessa Hudgens have joined the list of victims. All right, whoever's doing this is beyond creepy. On Saturday morning, nude photos of Kim Kardashian, Vanessa Hudgens, and more of Jennifer Lawrence were uploaded to 4chan and Reddit, but thank God were taken down due to the opposition that both companies have toward hacked photos. Additional victims of this leak include Avril Lavigne, Hope Solo, Lily Sobieski, and Lake Bell.
This time though, the public perception of nudes being illegally obtained and spread online for the world to see without consent started to change. In 2015, Section 33 of the Criminal Justice and Courts Act came into force, creating a new criminal offense for disclosing private sexual photographs and films with intent to cause distress. It wouldn't be until 2020, 13 years after the scandal, where Vanessa would actually open up about it. She was quoted saying, "It was a really traumatizing thing for me. It's really f***ed up that people feel like they are entitled enough to share something that personal with the world. As an actor, you completely lose all grip of your own privacy, and it's really sad."
If you've been a Disney fan since way back in the day, you probably remember one of the biggest scandals in 2007 was Vanessa Hudgens' nude photo leak. And now she is finally opening up about how traumatizing the entire media storm was for her. Vanessa's life seemed completely flawless.
Unfortunately, this isn't the only time the Disney Channel has asked a victim of revenge to apologize for their own exploitation. Disney Channel has a long documented history of making young girls apologize for their own photo leaks or photos taken by the paparazzi.
Bella Thorne.
Obviously, the transition is definitely tough, you know, but it is what it is. Like, it's like anything in my life. I mean, if you read the book, you'll be like, haha, transitioning from Disney to this was easy. I don't know, getting for from your 6 to your 14 seems like way harder circumstances or being physical.
Damn, she sounds so depressed.
Physically abused all the time seems like a much more difficult situation than have paparazzi following you since you were 12. I don't know. I was still being when paparazzi were still following me. So it's pretty hard in my mind to think about these big flashlight photographs and everyone thinking they know me and talking about me, but having no idea the type of mistreatment that I was still dealing with at that time, that everyone around me saw and did nothing. So I don't know. You tell me what's so hard, because that to me, way harder than any other of this other that that I do on a daily basis.
Bella Thorne would make her
Damn.
debut on the Disney Channel at just 13 years old. On
Okay,
the hit
girl.
Show Shake It Up, alongside Euphoria alumni Zendaya. This show would center around two girls getting their big break on a hit local dance show in the city of Chicago. The show may be a pleasant nostalgic memory of the past for many. However, according to her appearance on the Tom Ward Show, Bella's experience was tainted, as she was almost fired at only 14 years old for wearing a bikini.
Yeah, I came from the channel.
Insane.
And I was told to be a very different person than I am, which is okay because on that road
One of those stories though I thought was interesting was like when you're 14.
Thank you for the 2 months.
You're wearing a bikini, like a skimpy bikini, and
Yeah,
like somebody did these like
fired.
whoa, like that's not cool.
So somebody took a photo of me in a bathing suit. Yeah, it's a sexy bathing suit. It's black. It's got like a little bit of like fun little lace underneath.
I don't know if that's a sexy baby.
cute. I don't know.
Listen, it's no. I'm sorry. I draw the line. It's as simple as just don't find kids sexy, and it can't be a sexy bathing suit on a 14-year-old. It just can't. It just cannot be that.
And then
No big deal.
it was they said you're lucky that Bella has such a fan base that we can't afford to fire her at this moment in time, but if she does one more other thing, we will.
That's scary though. At 14,
Jesus.
because your father passed away when you were 9. Right? So you were working at a young age, and was that scary? Like, hey, this is a real job, a real good paying gig. I don't want to get fired. Like, was there some of that too?
Well, the reason that we took the Shake It Up really in the first place was because we were about to be living on the streets. So it wasn't really a choice. So yeah, when it was like, hold up there, you know.
The Cheetah Girls were the largest group on the
Cheetah
Disney Channel to
Girls.
date. They grossed millions in tours, albums, and 3 different hit movies. However, their group would come to a bitter end, all because of the Disney Channel, and more specifically, a scandal involving Adrian Bailey.
Oh my gosh, please try not to smack me in the face with the box.
Adrian and I have been together a little over a year now. She
Wait,
is
who is that guy? What's he in? How do I know his face?
a Cheetah Girl. I love her, and I really wanted to make it work.
Was he into
Adrian and I
Degrassi?
are moving in together.
Robbed Kardashian? What? How did I miss this? What the heck? Okay, never mind. He wasn't in Degrassi. What the? Okay.
I have never lived with a boyfriend before, so this is a huge step for me, and we just want it to go really well.
According to an article released by AceShowbiz.com, Adrian Bailey, one of the members of the singing group The Cheetah Girls, has issued a public apology dedicated to her fans soon after her racy pictures hit the internet.
Oh
The
my
pics that
God.
show her wearing only bra and exposing her naked bottom to the camera reportedly are intended to be sent to her boyfriend Rob Kardashian. The younger brother now.
Wait. Okay, I'm multitasking, so I can't tell. So is that true? Was that for sure? It was like confirmed that it was leaked? Not confirmed. Okay, this is all speculative. Okay, cool. I was nervous I missed a part. Okay.
He had parade because
So it was intentional.
of the scandal.
Adrian, I had to ask you about these pictures because I'm getting text messages. Yeah. Sight, take it easy, Sight. Roll back.
Honestly, that's the only thing that makes me feel better about it.
Oh, and that reaction?
Because it sure makes me want to kill myself, but...
Oh, I was there at MTV the day because you lost your laptop, right?
Yes.
I was at MTV and you came in all off because it was at the airport or something?
Definitely crying, late, because I actually was getting ready to do my meeting for Afternoons on MTV.
You lost your laptop?
Yes.
And then you leave your laptop where?
No, it actually got lost at JFK. Thank God somebody actually returned it to us.
But by then the pictures had been...
Honestly, we don't know. Honestly, we don't. I can't say that for sure. We really don't know. Like, I've spent a handful of money figuring this situation out, to be quite honest with you. But there are no laws for the internet. To be honest with you, there are no laws.
There are no laws for the internet. We gotta fix that.
Laws for the internet. You can put anything and everything on there. If anybody wants to help me with this cause, help me out, somebody, because literally there's nothing you can do. There's no way to trace it. People create Gmail accounts, and there's really nothing to do. I've considered subpoenaing Google. And
So when something like this happens to you, and now you're friends with Kim.
Thank you, Hermie, for the 11.
Through her own share of this, we are all aware of this. Do you go to Kim and say...
Honestly, I did after the fact, like way later. My first reaction was to obviously call my mom, because that's really the only opinion I really care about, to be quite honest.
Right.
And my mom was there for me. She's like, Mama, I know you. You're not this is so not you. Like, especially with the rumors that it was intentional. Anybody that knows me knows that those photos were not airbrushed, and if I had a choice, they would have been. And that you can get paid for these sorts of things, 6 figures, you can get paid.
I'm
you know,
sexist, thank you for the 6. Peace, thank you for the prime.
Why would I, first of all, not get paid? I'm a cheater girl. Like, why would I not get paid for this? And, you know, it sucks.
Right.
I was not happy at all, especially to be on the road.
I mean, that is a good point, actually. She would make so much more money.
In the middle of this, I didn't have to, the same day, get up and do a show. Where it sucked.
I believe her.
It really sucked.
No bueno.
As Becas would say, no bueno.
So then you...
and in the moment, you think you're going to die. I was for sure, everything, like, I'm over. I just need to go home and work at Rite Aid. And I'll be fine with that. Honestly, at that time, I felt like this. I really don't even
Royalty, thank you for the prime.
But
did she leak them or not? Apparently, it's all theory.
Be okay, like Kim. She's like, it goes away. Like, you get better. Like, people will start remembering you for what I actually am. I've worked all this time in my life to do Cheetah Girls and to be this role model. You know, 10 years of my life spending doing this, I wouldn't have just thrown it away for something stupid like this at all.
Right.
It was no bueno.
No bueno.
No.
And it was no bueno.
They were bueno. But you're not getting upset. Don't get
Ew,
upset.
creepy.
No, that's relief. That was a sigh of relief.
Oh, to talk about it.
Yeah, at least thank you, Lord. It's not like hideous.
Right, well, now you're moving forward. You have an album deal at Def Jam.
Yes.
You have a reality show in the works.
Guys, it's in the works. There's a camera in here.
Now, whether Jonathan or Adrian's sides of the story are correct, Disney Channel still made Adrian apologize for the photos being uploaded, thus further cementing their pattern of behavior. But unfortunately, this wasn't enough, as the final example we'll be discussing today will be centered around one of the biggest stars on the planet, Miley Cyrus.
They tell me where to go and I do what I'm supposed to do and head home and be a kid.
I think I've been in entertainment boot camp since I was young because I've never been like a normal person because I had to grow up like so quick.
The Miley Cyrus topless Vanity Fair photo scandal. Entertainment Tonight was first to show you the shots, and we broke the story about her embarrassment. Well, now new details emerge.
According to Billboard, in 2008, at the age of only 15, Cyrus worked with renowned photographer Annie Leibovitz for a feature in Vanity Fair.
I was like, why can't I hear Fall Guys? Sorry, chat. It was another tab.
One of her portraits shows the young star, then famous for her role on the Disney Channel's Hannah Montana, wrapped in what looks to be just a satin sheet with the skin of her back exposed. News publications ran with the story, intentionally shaming Miley Cyrus across every grocery store checkout aisle.
It's the photograph that has launched a firestorm. The 15-year-old's provocative pose, hair wet, with only a discreetly placed sheet covering her top. The controversial photo is the cover story of today's New York Post. The Disney Channel, which broadcasts Hannah Montana, is not happy about the photos, telling us, quote, "Unfortunately, as the article suggests, a situation was created to deliberately manipulate a 15-year-old in order to sell magazines." Inside the issue of Vanity Fair on stands this week, the superstar is lovingly cradled by her father, Billy Ray. He was on hand for most of the shoot with famed photographer Annie Leibovitz. In this video from the set, you can see Billy Ray leaving with her mom and their younger daughter. A source on the set tells us only Miley's grandmother and teacher were there for what ended up being the last shot of the day.
And she allowed Annie to sort of, you know, do this one picture, which at the time it didn't really seem provocative at all.
In the article, Miley said of the photo, quote, "I think it's really artsy and you can't say no to Annie."
Miley had no problem with it whatsoever.
The New York Times saying 15 years old and suggestively wrapped in what appears to be a satin bedsheet in the June issue of Vanity Fair. Did Miley Cyrus, with the help of a controversy-courting magazine, just deliver a blow to the Walt Disney Company's billion-dollar Hannah Montana franchise? The article continues saying some parents reacted with outrage over the weekend when the television program Entertainment Tonight began showing commercials promoting a scoop. Miss Cyrus, the star of the wholesome Disney Channel blockbuster Hannah Montana, had posed topless, albeit with her chest covered.
Thank you for the 13. Lucas, thank you for the 2. And Ash, thank you for the prime.
Anyone, wrote Lynn Burris on her marriage and parenting blog. quote, telling it like it is, referring to the mountain of Hannah Montana retail items, makeup, shoes, clothes in the marketplace.
Okay.
Parents should be extremely concerned, Miss Barres said in an interview. Very young girls look up to Miley Cyrus as a role model. It is doubtful
this
that
again.
one photograph, especially one that is tame in the context of an internet awash in nude photographs of other starlets, could dent the Hannah Montana machine, said several Wall Street analysts. Retail sales for the franchise are expected to total about $1 billion in 2008. A motion picture is in the works for 2009, and Miss Cyrus signed a 7-figure book deal with the Disney Book Group last week. But keeping a teenage entertainment franchise on track in an age when stars are monitored around the clock by bloggers and paparazzi is, quote, extremely difficult, even for a company with the experience of Disney. Executives are constantly battling to keep minor slip-ups from growing into full-blown controversies. In a caption for the photo published in that Vanity Fair interview, Miley wasn't fazed by the pose, potentially being seen as controversial. She was quoted as saying, "No, I mean, I had a big blanket on, and I thought this looks pretty and really natural. I think it's really artsy." The article, written by Bruce Handy, quoted Miley saying, "Annie took like a beautiful shot, and I thought it was really cool." She also said of the photo, "I think it's really artsy. It wasn't in a way." However, Disney Channel rushed to protect their image they had crafted for her and throw her completely under the bus.
With Vanity Fair about to hit newsstands, Miley wants the millions who idolize and adore her to know she is sorry, saying, quote,
Yeah, we did see a lot of this
intended for
yesterday.
any of this to happen, and I apologize to my fans who I care so deeply about.
Miley released a statement saying, "I took part in a photo shoot that was supposed to be artistic, and now, seeing the photographs and reading the story, I feel so embarrassed. I never intended for any of this to happen." Beth Kesniak, a spokesperson for both Vanity Fair magazine and Miss Lebowitz, said, "Miley's parents and reminders were on the set all day. Since the photo was taken digitally, they saw it on the shoot, and everyone thought it was a beautiful and natural portrait of Miley." The article continues, "At the very least, Miss Cyrus and her advisors do not seem to be on the same page as Disney. The company learned of the photos only when Entertainment Tonight started showing its promos." Last week, Gary Marsh, the president of entertainment for Disney Channel Worldwide, was quoted in Portfolio magazine saying, "For Miley Cyrus to be a good girl is now a business decision for her parents. Parents have invested in her godliness. If she violates that trust, she won't get it back."
Fans and parents react after Miley Cyrus poses for a provocative photo shoot. Does that change your image of Hannah Montana?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of shocked. I'm embarrassed for them, actually. I would have thought
We
she
saw
wanted
this
to be a better
already.
role model.
I believe if that picture had been taken in her mid-20s, it would have been okay. I don't think anybody would have flinched at it. But at 15 years old, no.
It makes her look like a, you know, scum.
Thank you for gifting a
makes her look
sub.
like a little
Gina Anselmo watches Hannah Montana every day with 15-year-old Jordan. That's why it's no surprise the controversial pictures by legendary photographer Annie Leibovitz shocked the Jupiter mother and her daughter.
They made her look like a little They made her look like she was something that she's not.
And to be honest with you, I think if the media wasn't that intense, I don't think she'd be freaking out about doing these pictures. So it's like a catch-22. I don't think it's a big deal. The girl's got her head screwed on straight. She's a superstar. Most 15-year-olds don't have their own show, aren't like rock stars. I think she's like smart. I think she's conscious.
You have to be smart about it and realize the position that you're in and that everybody's going to want to try and find the bad, you know? But, yeah, I think it's definitely a tough situation to be in, and I've been in it before, and it is what it is, and it's life, and you go on, you know?
Call me cynical, but does she really feel so embarrassed, or is everybody glad?
All right, I feel like this is supposed to be about Vanessa and Hudgens. Why are we talking about Miley? We already saw all this. Sometimes they don't finish their videos. They just jump to the next thing.
And I know this will probably get turned around too, but when this photo was taken, my little sister was here on set. She actually was sitting with Annie Leibovitz taking photos too, and there was nothing sexualized about this on set, and it was everyone else's poisonous thoughts and minds that ended up turning this into something that it wasn't meant to be. So actually, I shouldn't be ashamed. They should be.
The Disney Channel from the early 2000s represents a time where pop culture completely shifted. And as the various actors and actresses grew up, their careers would evolve into something even the Disney Channel couldn't control. The countless apologies Disney Channel has pressured their actors to make is at times worrisome. From 1999's Maxim scandal with Melissa Joan Hart to the exploitation of Vanessa Hudgens, the Disney Channel has proven time and time again that they will more often than not value the damage of a PR scandal over one of their own child actors. Whether it's a breakout movie star like Vanessa Hudgens or a pop superstar like Miley Cyrus, Disney Channel's sights were on a squeaky clean image for their brand, no matter the cost.